Hello everyone, this is Lottie from Cancer as a Lifestyle. Now you're staring at my bedroom wall. These are the 4-season hand crocheted, I guess you would call them wall hangings. Now I did not make these, but I wanted to give a shout out credit to my brother's grandma-in-law who passed these on to me after she died. Now, I got the idea of watching Claxton Tree, Trina, and as she yarn bombed her apartment. So I thought, what a cool idea to do call it yarn bombing. And since I don't really have a lot of items that I make for myself, I thought of these 4 seasons that I have inherited, like I said, from my brother's grandma-in-law. Now she was quite not just a crocheter, but a seamstress, a knitter, just a very crafty, handy young woman. Let's call her a young woman. And she apparently even won awards for her work. And I think she, from what I understand, she even made the cover of a crocheting magazine where she made a village, a Christmas village. I think I have it. When I find it, I am going to show you this little catalog of hers. But anyway, I inherited this from her because there is actually nobody in the family that crochets or knits or has any desire to. Now my mom does some knitting, but she's gave that up years and years ago. I think she stopped when the grandkids were little and she made them sweaters and all. So I wanted to show you my yarn bombing. And I have these. Actually, I think they're beautiful. I hope I can give them justice as just how awesome they look. I have them hanging in my bedroom wall, but I've had them in my kitchen. I've had them in my dining area. They're gorgeous, and it represents the 4 seasons. Okay, so here's another item that I inherited from that collection from my brother's grandma. Geraldine was her name. Now this is another mat, and this is a Christmas scene, and as you can see there's a sleigh being pulled. I use this on my desk actually as where I put my keyboard on it. I love it. I use it a lot. As you can see that there's some stains on it, but it does wash off really nicely. I just have not I quickly, I didn't have time to wash it off as I did this video, so you have to excuse me, but this is all done very beautifully. I do love this. This is my second part of yarn bombing my apartment, which is only in one room. As you can see, this is I use it as a mat on top of my desk that I, write on, and I put my keyboard on there. Another thing that she made and I use is this cross that she made. Now I use it as a coaster for my coffees. She made a lot. She gave me like tons of these bins, and they were full of so many supplies. And I mean, it was like knitting needles and everything you could imagine. I mean, she was into everything. She did everything. So I just wanted to show you a quick little yarn bombing that Trina introduced on her channel. So thank you. Okay, I'm back, and the next thing I want to show you is my personal projects. Now my personal project, first of all, I want to explain, have nothing to do with my crocheting ministry. If I want to make any personal projects, I actually go out and buy my own yarn. I don't use the yarn that is donated by the ministry. I know this may sound silly to a lot of you, but the donors that do give us a lot of donations, they always really inquire and ask us to make sure that we only use any of the yarns and supplies for that they do go to the homeless or to the different charities throughout. So that is actually something that we have been doing for a long time. We do not use any of that yarn for personal projects. So I just want to make that clear. Now, personal projects, I've already done a video on them. Ever since my cancer, I have had a this desire to leave something behind of myself to the people in my family and friends. So I've always made them blankets. Um, Now that was 11 years ago. A lot of them have gotten, and they were little, and now they're adults and they have children of their own. So I've slowly been in the last year or two kind of upgrading the blankets I've given them. You know, they were toddlers, now they're, you know, teenagers. So this blanket here is actually my daughter's. Now she loves purple. It's getting along quite nicely. I have it in different shades of purple. I know that some of it looks gray and all, but it's actually lavender. And she wanted a really large one, and with different shades of purple. So that's what I've started. Now, I've kept it simple for a reason, because her older brother, what I did is I made them a huge blanket in the popcorn design. A queen size blanket in a popcorn design. It took me, like, I'm not kidding you, how long, I mean months, and like almost a year. And I ended up giving it to them, and you know what? It was not realistic. It was beautiful. It was heavy. It was huge. And I thought, now I think about it to myself, what in the world could they possibly use this blanket for? Maybe as a bedspread, but you know, it's not like they can fold it up easily. It was kind of really thick and heavy. Like they could have gone to Alaska and covered themselves up with this thing and they would have been sweating. So, I mean, it came out beautiful. Let me tell you, the popcorn design was gorgeous, especially if you do it for a big bed. So this is my daughter's. She loves it. She likes all the purples in it. And she likes that multicolor. And it's actually not, I'm not that far along from getting it done, but she wants a really big one to cover the whole bed. So that's just some of the things. I'm still working on it slowly and slowly. I know the picture doesn't do it justice for the colors. Okay, this next one is another personal project. Another blanket that I'm going to be upgrading, but this one will be going to my niece. Now, you see, she chose 5 different colors. Now, this is actually based, the color scheme, on the throw pillows that she has in her living room. And this is basically the color scheme in these. So it's like a soft, these are all Super Savers. Is that what they are? Yeah, Super Savers. These are the soft white, the cafe latte, the turquoise, the teal, and the black. Now the reason I'm showing this is because I'm kind of stuck as to what kind of pattern I should do. I've done different designs. I have done all kinds of, you know, I may be doing, you know, when it comes to charities, I do very simple stitches and all, easy stitches that go faster and all. But when it comes to personal project, I kind of venture out. Like I said, I did the popcorn stitch, I did the V-stitch, you know, I've done the shell, you know, and I'm trying to do something a little different this time, and I can't really decide what kind of a stitch I should go into, what kind of a pattern, what kind of stitch, because basically she is she's a lady in her late 30s, young lady in her late 30s. She is a professor in a university, a little more modern. You know, I don't know what will make it look good that will bring out these colors to kind of match the color scheme in her, like I said, in those throw pillows and all. Because I think her walls are gray too. So if you want to comment below and give me any idea of a stitch that is simple, but yet would be attractive enough. I don't know. I really don't know in what way, you know, what kind of a stitch I should start. I bought the yarn. I have it. I got plenty of it that I need, but I just don't know how to start it, and what pattern, what stitch. And now we're back outside. Now you're looking at the inside of my car. I mean, I'm showing you this for a reason, because my car has never looked this empty before. I have just made, I think, what is it, like 2 donations, but the amount of boxes that went in there, plus my homeless mats, I only have 1 box left and I have to go to Genesis. But the reason I'm showing you that is because in the one of my videos I said when I was showing you Bridget's work, I didn't know where it was going to go. So a lot of her blankets actually, and I think some of the shawls went to the Cornerstone homeless shelter. And the other one went to a Genesis house, which is another shelter. But or the hats and the shawls and the scarves. So her work, basically, I split it up between those two shelters. So I only have one box left there that I have to mail out, and that is actually going to a senior citizen home in a heritage home for seniors. And I think this one is in Normal, Illinois, and that is most likely shawls that we made. So I just wanted to show you, I love when my car is empty, because that means I have made all my deliveries and ready to fill it up again. This is the best part of my ministry that I love so much. So thank you so much for watching, everyone, and have a blessed day.